Oh, looks better. All right, guys. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to react to a new video from her Patriot Voice on YouTube. My friend Savannah Craven, who, by the way, I will be meeting up with this weekend in New York City to do some content with, which I'm excited about, to do some new collabs with her. Our last one was in Miami a couple weeks ago. If you haven't watched that, go look at my channel, find the last video from Miami, and boom, you'll see our collaboration. And so we're going to watch this video. This is going to be my last live stream of the night. And then after this, I got to get some dinner. I need some food, something high in protein to repair my very, very sore legs from running a 5K yesterday. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate you being here. And we are going to get right into the video.
As just an English tourist on holiday, I had a man ask me for money, and he was, what I was told from the shop owner, an illegal immigrant. And see this bruise here?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That happened with him?
Yeah, because he was asking me for money, and I refused.
No.
Just all my good friends out here.
Yeah? Can I be your friend?
These are all good people out here.
Can I be your friend?
Sure.
Awesome. So I have a quick question for you. Do you have any issues with the current administration's stance on illegal immigration?
Well, I'm here, so certainly I do.
Okay. Why don't you agree with the current stance?
Oh, it's just wrong. It's wrong. Our country has always been about immigrants. So, except for the indigenous people who we came here and we took their land away, everybody's always come here. So, it's ludicrous. It's ludicrous. I look at my city here. I look at New York City. New York City would not be New York City but for immigrants. It would not exist. So, that's the short answer. And so many people don't get it. They bow down to money. They bow down to racism. They bow down to...
What is this guy talking about? They bow down to racism? Who is bowing down to racism? I don't know who. I don't know one in my life that I've seen that's bowing down to racism.
Attacking people, blaming people for everything. And instead of coming out like this, all these groups, these are all good people. We're all about humanity.
So what specifically about the administration's immigration policies do you have a problem with?
Savannah, the faces you make sometimes. Oh my god.
From the get-go.
Yeah, from just all of it.
Yeah, Adams from the get-go. Years ago when he came in, he was cutting funds about everybody. He was complaining.
I think your husband, by the way, is a camera person. Great camera work, by the way, Henry. Great camera work.
No money, throwing money into the police, into restricting people. He's a long-time law enforcement officer. So
Trump is?
My question, no, Adams.
Oh, okay.
So, why isn't he being a man and standing up to the law and being accountable?
Yeah. So what do you
for what he's done? So.
Yeah. So what do you think about illegal immigrants who come into this country without any documents? They don't pay to come in, and then they commit a crime like rape, murder. They steal something. Do you think that they should have the right to be in this country, or would you support them being detained and maybe even deported?
Well, when you speak of rape, murder, etc., look at our country. Look at our gun laws. Look at how many gun laws have killed innocent children in this country, and our lawmakers still continue to allow guns to kill children and people in our country.
So just to be clear, our lawmakers are not allowing guns to be in our streets. The Constitution allows guns to be in our streets because it clearly says shall not be infringed. The right to bear arms is one of the most American values that we have. Now, my view is the solution to kids getting killed in schools would be armed guards. such as veterans that are maybe out of work but know how to use a gun and are very trained. Get some veterans to protect our schools. I don't think that we should rule out teachers being armed if they're capable and competent to do so, because we use guns in our society to protect everything that has value: our banks, our politicians, our celebrities, our arenas, our events. So why can't we do the same thing when it comes to kids? You know, a lot of these school shooters, it turns out after the event, when we are able to like read their manifestos or find out some of their motivations, a lot of them will actually look specifically for gun-free zones. They literally specifically look for gun-free zones because they know they won't face any opposition for a few minutes while the police have to make their way over to wherever the incident is occurring. So they get 5 to 10 minutes sometimes to inflict damage on people. And I believe the Buffalo shooter, the one that killed Gendron, or I forgot his name, Gentry, something with the G, Gendron, I forgot. But he specifically said that he chose that location because they had very strict gun control in upstate New York. So he knew that he can go in there and slaughter a lot of innocent people before anybody would come stop him. And he chose that specific location because it was a gun-free zone. So just think about that. You know, armed guards, they will act as a prevention from some of these attacks.
Guns kill people, or do people kill people?
The fact being that you point to immigrants and you say lawlessness.
Well, I didn't say that, but I mean, guns are inanimate objects. It takes a human being to actually kill someone with a gun. But I have a question for you. Do you know who this woman is right here? On the right?
I can't recognize her. I don't know.
Okay. So her name is Laken Riley. She was a young girl, and on the left is Jose Ibarra, an illegal immigrant from Venezuela, and he hunted Laken Riley down on her campus.
One thing I want to say is I did a video in Orlando like a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, where I basically asked people if they knew the name George Floyd. Every single person said yes. And then I asked if they knew the name Laken Riley, and almost every single person said no. So it's really interesting who the Democrats, whose names they know and honor, and then whose names they don't know and don't honor.
Brutally murdered her by bashing her head in with a rock. She fought for her life for 17 minutes, and then he attempted to her. Would you condemn his actions and say that somebody like that does not deserve to be in this country?
Yes, as a human being. Yes, as a human being.
Yes. The Trump administration introduced the Laken Riley Act, which stated, so they named it after her, stated that any illegal immigrant that comes here and commits a crime, such as the ones that I mentioned, would be detained. So it sounds like you would agree with that, right? So you would agree with Trump's opinions on how we deal with people that do that, because these are not people, these are monsters.
I've heard of the Laken Riley Act, and I think there's certainly aspects of it which go to law, but I'm not fully on board with it. I'm not fully on board with this administration and this.
I have issues with it as well.
Who are ramming everything down people's throats. They're not having a just conversation about things, about the right things to do, the right way to go about things, the right way to protect people, because they do not care about going forth in a lawful way, where everybody can have an opinion. Things can be passed in a way to protect everybody and to cover everybody.
Doesn't this protect people?
I'm 75 years old, okay? I've seen a lot in this country. I've seen a lot that's been done in this country in the name of our country. The Iraq War, the Afghan War, Vietnam War. And so we have a long history of not looking at facts, looking at truth. Everything right now speaks to that, speaks to the truth, speaks to what is to be done for the good of everyone, for the good of everybody.
Yeah, but don't you think that when somebody comes into... Oh, you don't need to touch me. When somebody comes into the country and commits a crime like this, I don't care about their opinions anymore. They've lost their rights.
Yeah.
Rapists shouldn't have rights, right? Should rapists have rights?
No.
Okay, so then you agree with Trump's stance on that then?
Well, I agree with the fact that that if someone commits any kind of heinous crime. Now go back to it again about guns. I mean, certainly.
But let's stay on topic. If he wasn't in the country, he wouldn't have been able to kill Laken Riley.
You seem to be okay with weapons.
Because as a woman, I deserve to choose what I want to protect myself with. Because you know what? A rapist or a murderer is going to have a gun because criminals don't follow laws.
But the thing is, if you check out Mexico, take a look at Mexico. The Mexican president has talking about guns coming into her country, about the cartels. 75% of those guns going to Mexico are made in this country and are shipped to Mexico.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with people having guns. It's the people that are using the guns.
Mexico, which is the Gulf of Mexico.
There should be.
You know, I don't know why the Democrats had to take the stance that the Gulf of America is a bad idea, when technically speaking, Canada, America, like USA, Mexico, these are all part of the Americas. So if you think about it, the Gulf of America is a lot more appropriate, and I'm going to use the left's word here, it's a lot more inclusive than the Gulf of Mexico, especially when the U.S. borders more of the Gulf of Mexico. I believe our land borders more of it than their land does. So it's like the Gulf of America makes, in my opinion, the most sense, regardless of whether or not Trump came up with that or made that the policy. But because Trump came up with it, these Democrats now have to stand against it.
Gun safety laws, absolutely. You should be able to own a gun only if you know how to use one. That's what I believe.
You know, I'm not here to debate you. I'm here to support get Eric Adams out. That's been the reason I've been here. So I'm not sure exactly what your issue is with this.
Well, I just told you because I'm seeing here that the questions that I've asked you, you actually agree with Trump's stance on this.
I accept aspects of it. I do not expect.
What about it do you not like?
I do not accept him. I do not accept him and his policies and his agenda.
What is his agenda?
His agenda is against all of us.
No.
By the way, guys, I just want to interrupt for a second. I was thinking, like, earlier today, I was like, I think I might have said this to Savannah on text. We were texting earlier. And we are building an army of, like, really awesome journalists, if you really think about it, right? We have people like Savannah Craven out there creating this amazing content, standing up to these lunatics, really putting a lot of pressure on them. We have Caitlin Bennett, who has been one of the most iconic right-wing content creators for years now. She's like the leader in the space. You know, I don't know, whatever you guys think about me, I assume some of you guys like my content, which is great. But when you think about like who we have on our side, when you have like me, Savannah Craven, Caitlin Bennett from Liberty Hangout, Just Jen from Just Jen Reacts, when you think about like our creators versus like their independent creators, like Harry Sisson, Dean Withers, Chris Mowry, like these like very like weak men who get memed and made fun of all the time. I mean, these guys, Harry Sisson gets memed more than anybody. I'm starting to feel bad for the kid. But it's like, how do Democrats expect to win another election again when we are destroying them in the independent media world? And it's just so cool that like I get to be a small part of that ecosystem, and no one's paying me to do this. That's the thing. For 4.5 years, no one's paying me to do this. I do it because I believe it's the right thing, and I stand for almost everything in the MAGA agenda, which is not racist or wrong at all. It's just a very America First platform. So I just find it interesting that like we have this really cool army of digital content creators, and the Democrats, they've chosen the wrong ones to get behind. That's the bottom line. People like Harry Sisson are not winning influencers when it comes to the fight.
No, it's not.
It is against all of us.
No, it's not. He's America first.
Oh, he's America first?
Yes.
Oh my God.
That's why he doesn't want people like this in the country. People like this don't deserve to be in the country.
America is immigrants. I go back to what
my husband is an immigrant. I don't have anything wrong with immigrants. It's when you come into this country illegally, you don't pay the thousands of dollars that my husband paid to get in here. Don't touch me.
America is about immigrants. It's about
everybody that comes here legally. Those are the people who should get rights.
Yeah. Here, Adam.
See what they do? They turn they're back on the actual issue, and I just need your support for me to keep coming out here every day, exposing their radical leftism, exposing their hypocrisy, because this is the reality of what we are dealing with. People care more about being politically correct than caring about people like Laken Riley, who were needlessly murdered at the hands of the Biden administration. What a shame.
She's so good, guys. I'm so impressed by her. She's such a badass, just not letting these people back down easily. Putting the pressure on them, still being peaceful. It's just so great to see. She's so young. Savannah Craven, by the way, I think she's only 23 or something. And I watch these videos, and I'm 41, and I learn from her. And I'm 18 years older than her, and I'm learning from her.
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm English, British exception.
Awesome, love the English.
Like he was saying, America are immigrants. We're all immigrants. The whole world are immigrants because everyone.
I'm not an immigrant. I didn't immigrate here. I was born here.
Yeah, I believe you as an American, and me myself was British. But if you talk about immigration, like originally I'm probably French. I'm probably
illegal immigration is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we have the same problem in the UK as well.
Oh yeah, I've seen what's happening in Europe, and it's really, really sad. And it's because of people like the Biden administration over here that just wanted open borders, wanted to let anyone without vetting them. Yeah, so you agree?
I agree 100%. Illegal immigration is 100% needs to be stopped fully. Immigration, like if you've got a skill, or if you just want to immigrate, but want for a better life, say I want to immigrate to the United States one day, haven't got it, I've got no plans in the future, but I don't see any problem with that. But just opening the borders and letting everyone, because in the UK, they get, I've heard stories and things about health treatment before the actual citizens, and I don't know if it's done on purpose to cause a rally or something, but
yeah. Do you want to know why they treat these illegal?
That's interesting that he said he doesn't know if our government is giving, or just governments in general, are giving illegals all these benefits for free just to cause problems in the country. That is an interesting point.
Immigrants so well when they come here. It's because over 60% of the time, maybe some of you guys don't know this, over 60% of the time, first-time immigrant voters vote Democrat. It's about votes, it's about power, it's not about caring about people.
That's why Labour got in the UK, because they are basically, they wanted to increase immigration before the Conservatives lost the election. And it's the same thing, I imagine, in the Biden administration. It looked, and it was the same with I'm not for or against Ukraine or anything like that, but all the throwing the money at Ukraine where they could be throwing it towards American citizens, I thought.
Yes, exactly. Oh my gosh, this is what I'm trying to say. Do you know who this woman is in the photo?
I don't know. Sorry.
Okay, so this woman's name.
I actually give him a pass on not knowing who Laken Riley is, because that is a domestic issue. I would not expect an average American, even a Republican American, to know the name of an innocent someone from England that was killed by a illegal terrorist. So we're gonna give him a pass on that one.
Name was Laken Riley, and she was a young student going to Georgia University on University of Georgia's campus. And on the left here, this is Jose Ibarra, so everybody can see, and he's an illegal immigrant from Venezuela. Yeah, he brutally murdered her. You want to know how? He bashed her head in with a rock. She fought for her life for 17 minutes. It was tracked on her Garmin as she was out for her daily run. And he now gets to spend the rest of his life in an American prison, eating 3 meals a day, getting showers. What would you say to her family? And what would
Yeah, me and Savannah actually spoke about this in my Miami video. If you guys want to hear our conversation in depth, go to my last video from Miami. And Savannah believes that we treat criminals too nicely in the American system. And she kind of referenced that there by saying that he's going to get 3 meals a day. He's going to get his own, bed. He's going to have a relatively clean jail cell. He's going to have exercise time. If he's on good behavior, he might even get a cat or a pet down the road. And so she was saying that our jail cells need to be more of a deterrent and not like a luxury housing experience for some of these people. Some people love being in jail so much they actually prefer being in there versus being in the real world. That should not be the case, right? If you're in jail, it should be a punishment for everybody. And so a jail cell in Venezuela, I would imagine, is far worse than a jail cell in the U.S.
do you say to the people who are responsible for this? Which is the Biden administration is responsible.
They're responsible for this, and he should be, well, death penalty, whatever. It was, but also for letting him in, they're responsible for his murder.
Yeah, because if he wasn't let in, Laken Riley, she would be a nurse. She would have been chasing her dreams like she deserved to, but no. Now she's gone forever.
Well, should I tell you something funny?
And yeah, guys, I mean, if you guys watch the live stream I just did an hour ago with Mia, the young 20-year-old Puerto Rican Trump supporter, she literally said that the Laken Riley story resonated with her because they were similar age. And I don't think that the Kamala Harris campaign realized what a powerful story that was for a young woman in America to see Laken Riley, a college nursing student, get killed so brutally by an illegal immigrant. Women probably were like, wow, I don't want that to happen to me. And in order to, make sure it never happens again, a lot of them voted for Trump. So that was a very big red pill moment of 2024.
And as just an English tourist on holiday, I had a man ask me for money, and he was, what I was told from the shop owner, an illegal immigrant. And see this bruise here?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That happened with him?
Yeah, because he asking me for money, and I refused.
No.
On Times Square. Yes.
Did you report it?
No, he got arrested.
Okay. We're literally hearing this right now. This is literal proof. So people that are here in this country that come here illegally, a lot of them do not have respect. He was asked by an illegal immigrant for money, and he said no, and the guy literally assaulted him and gave him this black eye.
Look, I'm just...
I can't make this up.
Yeah.
So I guess illegals are not just assaulting... Not all illegals, let's be clear. But illegals don't just assault American citizens, but they also assault legal visitors into our country. That's wild. What are the odds of Savannah meeting this person on the street? Shout out to KevTech1. He just became a YouTube member of my channel. For those of you guys who don't know, I do have memberships turned on. That is there's 3 tiers. There's small monthly payments you can make towards my channel to support my work and my journalism. I believe I only have maybe 35 members. I don't know. I haven't looked at the numbers recently, but I believe it's 35 members that support me, and it ranges from I think I don't even know, $2.99 a month to $24.99 a month. I have 3 tiers, but I appreciate any tier. If I can get 1,000 of you to join at the smallest tier level, that would add up to really just help support my content and the work I do, as well as my health battle as well.
Believe it. I was, to be honest, luckily I boxed for 15 years, so I managed to hit him back.
Good.
But all the...
Shout out to God is Good all the time. Thank you so much for becoming a new member on my channel. 2 of you guys are now members from this one stream, which is absolutely awesome. But also make sure you go subscribe to Her Patriot Voice on YouTube right after the stream is over. Her Patriot Voice.
police cared about, actually, the police didn't really care about finding him. And I was saying, look, this guy, he's there, and then he walked off, and I said, I can show you where he is, that.
Yeah.
And they did not care about finding him at all.
Yeah.
And that's what
the majority of the police in New York, this is something I've noticed consistently when I have got assaulted,
Swamp Creature, just so you know, if you are interested in donating a kidney, you don't need to have insurance. My insurance will cover the entire transplant cost, both for me, the recipient, as well as you, the donor. So you won't have any costs trying to donate a kidney, just so you know. And if you're interested, you could email me at patrioticpapi@gmail.com. And before I finish the video with Savannah, because it is almost over, I just want to remind you guys, I do have a brand new Instagram account I launched just a couple days ago, because I realized my primary account, Adam Francisco, was so shadow banned. I said, F this, I'm going to launch a brand new account. I have one on Instagram. If you want to follow me there, it is PatrioticPapi. So I now have the Gmail, PatrioticPapi at Gmail, and I also have PatrioticPapi on Instagram as well. So this page here is going to be 100% pure politics. Nothing else about my personal life is going to be on the stream, on this page, PatrioticPapi. So go subscribe. I'm almost at 150 followers there, which I haven't even really promoted this page yet. So this is just from the algorithm doing its job.
I have had people spit at me at college campuses. The police don't do anything. That's just pathetic. I can't. I'm so sorry that you had that experience.
It's because I wanted to go out and, you know, like have. So I didn't go out on the night because, you know, my face was all bruised. I had to go and spend like $60.
Oh my God! You should go to Sephora.
You see, obviously I'm a man. I've never worn makeup before.
Next time, go to a drugstore like a Walgreens. Don't spend too much. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, so, but that was he wasn't a legal immigrant, yes, and he assaulted me for not giving him money.
So thanks to Biden's open border policies, Laken Riley is dead, and now my friend, what's your name?
Harry.
Harry here has been assaulted. Both things which could have been easily avoided, but
I would have. You know, if he had not been let in the country, I would be. I wouldn't have a black eye.
Yeah, he wouldn't have had to go to Sephora and spend $60 on makeup.
I've never worn makeup in my life, so I was like, I went over to Brooklyn. I thought it might be cheaper over there.
My goodness. Well, what you need to do now is you need to go get some pepper spray, maybe some, you know, just some boxing gloves or something to walk around because New York is dangerous, y'all. Nobody is safe.
I think I'm fine with that, but it's just like I'd like to say, I wouldn't. It pissed me off because he was
be angry
because he was an illegal immigrant, and you know how dare he hit me for why should I give him my money?
No.
Another awesome video by Her Patriot Voice. We appreciate it. And yeah, Donald Trump.
I don't think I want to answer your questions.
Release the Epstein files, Donald Trump. What are you waiting for? Just release the Epstein files, Donald Trump. So anyway, guys, I wanted to thank you for being on both my streams tonight. Our videos have been doing really well lately. People are really into the protest content. I'm going to keep doing street interviews and street content. I'm going to keep waving the Trump flag. I'm going to keep wearing my MAGA hats out. I'm going to keep filming reactions. So please understand that not every video is going to be a protest video. That is just a once in a while thing. My channel is going to continue to be peaceful flag waves, one-man Trump rallies. I'm going to wear a MAGA hat to different events and just film the interactions I get. So I hope that you keep watching the content. I'm always going to interject a little bit of my lifestyle in these videos, my health battles, the foods I eat, my dogs, the people I meet, etc. And I think that you guys really seem to like more of that political lifestyle type of channel versus just like pure politics, which is kind of like a Ben Shapiro channel, right? Like I like to do a little more than just politics, so I try to keep that up. All right, guys, it is time for dinner. Her Patriot Voice, thank you for the video. I will see you Friday night to honor the babies that have been killed from abortion. We are going to be honoring the dead unborn children outside of a Planned Parenthood. That should be a really powerful, emotional video. But guys, thank you again. Appreciate you. And if you want to support my health battle or my channel, you can always use gibsongo.com/Adam Francisco. I am the only man fighting a terminal illness while still fighting for this country, the Constitution, and Donald J. Trump. We must vanquish wokeness. And we took a step in the right direction by boycotting the Snow White movie. I'm so proud of you, America. We did a really, really good job. And if you want to see if you could donate a kidney to me, because I'm still looking, PatrioticPapi@gmail.com. And as always, God bless Trump.